What's up, everybody? Once again, it is time for Funko News. This edition of Funko News was recorded on August 7th, 2021. Starting off as usual with the focus on figures that you can pick up right now. This does include some Hot Topic exclusives, the latest Bakugo figure, Gambit with Cat, and then also the Unmasked Sam from Trick or Treat. That is one that I'm definitely want to add to my collection. Oh, and by the way, some people pointed out in the comments, I knew that this new Gambit figure looked familiar for some reason, but yeah, he really does look similar to Tracer from Overwatch, so that's what it is. Yeah, like I said, some people pointed that out in the comments. You also see here some common figures that are available now. La Llorona, which does have a Chase variant, and then the figures based on They Live. And remember, with the They Live figures, there is a Chase variant there as well of the Alien. Now, I do want to point out also that, of course, this week was FunCon, and I know some people are frustrated that they missed out on some things, but I want you all to realize there are a lot of exclusives that are still available. So take a good look at the images you see here. Like I said, there are a lot of figures that are still available for I'm not going to run through all of these, but I will point out, some people didn't even realize that Toy Tokyo actually already made their figures available. Now, they don't have the Masters of the Universe figures to buy individually, but they do have a bundle. And as far as the Tokidoki figures are available, you can purchase those individually if you don't want that bundle. So like I said, there are still FunCon figures that are available. I would not be surprised if we see some restocks. I did have somebody ask if Funko's website restocks figures, for conventions. Very unlikely. It's very unlikely that would happen. It happens sometimes, and they did actually let it be known that the die-cast Captain America is going to restock. It's actually listed, and you can basically sign up for a notification for that. So but like I said, overall, that is something that rarely happens. But again, don't completely give up on some of the figures that you missed out on. Continue to look around and see what is available. So a metallic variant of the DC Imperial Palace Deathstroke is releasing in Asia, and I think it looks way better than the non-metallic one, the one that released here in the States and in Europe as well, I believe. But yeah, this is one I definitely would like to get my hands on, but if I don't get it, I'm not going to stress it so much. But yeah, I definitely think it looks much better than the non-metallic one. And then you see here that there's also a metallic variant of the DC Imperial Palace Martian Manhunter, and this one seems like it is the mystery figure that's going to come along with Freddy Funko as Monkey King. So if this is accurate, that's not so much of a mystery anymore. So yeah, if you happen to be in Asia and you're able to get your hands on any of these exclusives, basically, they're out there, but I think some of the prices are hefty, but you can be on the lookout for them. And I think there was going to be another convention sometime soon somewhere in Asia, but because of the spread of we know what, it seems like that's going to be held off basically. But yeah, if I learn any more about some of these exclusives that are available in Asia, I will let you all know. I'll say again what I've said previously. There are some retailers that do sell in the US that have some of these figures, but the prices are very hefty. You can expect to pay around triple digits for them, so that's up to you whether or not you think it is worth the money. And I'm not going to point out any particular retailer, just if you do your Google searches, basically you can find some of these figures. There is an Oscar De La Hoya pop on the way, and if you go to his Twitter account and you look at some of the responses where he revealed this figure, they are pretty interesting. Some people, let's just be real, are not the biggest fans of Oscar De La Hoya. For me personally, I didn't like the way that he handled MMA. I thought it was very disrespectful that he didn't even bother to learn his fighters' names for a press conference. I don't know what that was about. It was kind of a disaster. But yeah, like I said, you can check out his Twitter account if you want to see some of those very interesting responses to the reveal of this figure. There is a Go Calendars exclusive glow-in-the-dark Super Saiyan Goku that is available right now. I actually did a community post for this figure. And by the way, I do want to remind people that the community posts, I do those to try to help out the community for people that are interested in those items. And you're not going to be interested in every single item that I post about. So if there's something that you don't like, I'm basically asking you, please just get past the post instead of putting some negative comments, because I'm the one that has to read all these negative comments, so eventually if I see somebody doing that repeatedly, I'm just not going to want them on the channel anymore, basically. So like I said, just keep in mind with my community posts, I'm trying to help out the community, and you're not going to like everything that I post. You see here the latest Loungefly exclusive pins here for the month of August. Remember, they put out exclusive pins every month, and they are usually very limited in number, so do make sure that you check that out if you are a pin collector. If you have anything pre-ordered with Target, especially their exclusives, do make sure you check your emails, because they sometimes have delays. Like, for example, they have a delay on that deluxe glow-in-the-dark Aang figure. And they'll they'll notify you about the delays, but you have to approve them, because if you don't approve the delay and say that you still want that figure, then you're going to miss out on it. So make sure that you check your emails. I know that other companies, of course, they will email you about delays as well, but they may not necessarily cancel it in this way. So again, if you have pre-orders with Target, do check your emails. And it does seem like the Marvel Collector Corps is going to continue to be backed up because of production delays. I think that's kind of out of Funko's hands completely there. So again, if you're subscribed with the Marvel Collector Corps, you're just gonna have to be a little bit patient. I don't think it's gonna be like a super long delay. It seems like they're basically off by like a month or so, but yeah, the boxes are still on the way. Keeping it moving here, so there is a new line of pops coming up called Pops with Purpose. And really, these pops, I mean, the gist of it from what I've read here, it seems like they're going to basically support various charities, especially charities that support young people. So yeah, I mean, you can read the back of the boxes as these actually, get released, and learn more about the charities and everything. You see here that the figures that will be included are SpongeBob SquarePants, Yaraflor, excuse me if I mispronounced the name there, and then of course Spock from Star Trek. So as I learn more about these releases, of course I will update you all. Not a whole lot of information right now, but you can pause and read what it says here if you're interested. And like I said, as I learn more about the releases, of course I will share. Now you see here there are of course some new Star Wars pops on the way. We have I think Yavin is how you pronounce it, Princess Leia, where she's holding onto the medal. I think this is where she was giving out the medals at the end of A New Hope. Then we also have here Wicket W. Warwick from Endor, of course, and that does come along with a pin. So I didn't check. This might be a re-release. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody can let me know if the pop is a re-release, and maybe they changed up the base, because I noticed it has a green base, and like I said, it does come along with a pin. But yeah, this more than likely is going to be one of those Amazon exclusives, because like I said, they've been re-releasing some pops, and some of them come along with the pin. So yeah, you can check that out if you're interested. Of course, I'll let you know when these actually become available. You see here that these Star Wars concepts pops, there's 4 of them that are going to come into a 4-pack. So they're not new, they're just a couple of comments together. So if you didn't get these previously, you might want to get them in a 4-pack. And I do want to point out that the Hot Topic exclusive General Grievous, I think he did go up on the site, but I think he pre-sold out very quickly. Does not mean that he's completely gone. And let me go ahead and stress that right now, because I know some people were concerned, especially with Target this week, when they were seeing sold out for certain figures. You all, sold out doesn't always actually mean sold out. It just means that the figure's not available at that moment. More than likely it will become available again. And the same thing is true with General Grievous. More than likely he will be available on Hot Topic's website at some point, and of course he's going to be in stores as well. So I don't think there's any reason to stress about this figure. I think if you really want it, you will be able to get a hold of it. But let me say that one more time, especially for new collectors, remember, sold out doesn't always actually mean sold out, so don't even stress over that. Keeping it moving here, this is actually some last minute information here, some new figures that were revealed. So there is an Amazon exclusive art series Baloo on the way. I'm not always the biggest fan of the art series. I think this one looks all right, though. Of course, he has the jungle theme going on there with him, which makes a lot of sense. So I think this one looks all right. You also see here this Loyal to the Game Tupac Shakur, which had been rumored previously, and I didn't know if I wanted to believe the rumor or not, because I thought it was odd that there would be a figure based on a posthumous album, and not only a posthumous album, but this was like the 5th posthumous album, after he passed away. So it may just be a rights thing. I'm pretty sure that with Tupac's estate, there's a lot of confusion, probably because he was with different labels, and especially with being with Death Row, I'm sure some things are tied up and it's just difficult to do certain figures. But I do think this is a cool figure. If you're a fan of Tupac, I think this is one you might want to end up going for. I think it is going to be a common when it does become available. You also see here this Avengers Infinity War 4-pack Again, this is, these are not new figures. They are common figures. But if somebody is a new collector and they didn't get these previously, this might be a good buy for them. I'm not mad at these 4-packs. I know some people might not be the biggest fan of them, but I think especially for new collectors, I think these 4-packs are pretty cool. Now moving along here, and by the way, I do want to point out with that 4-pack, we don't know where the retailer is right now, but I do want to say with these new Marvel Blacklight Pops, more than likely they're going to be with Target again. I think that's pretty certain. And you see that they're going to have Ant-Man, which Ant-Man looks amazing. That's an easy buy for me. I actually like all of these though, to be honest. You see we have Captain Marvel, Thanos as well. I feel like Magneto had Magneto already had a Blacklight Pop. I actually can't remember, but regardless, there is a Blacklight Magneto Pop. But one thing that's not pictured here, it seems that there is going to be a Black Panther Blacklight Pop, which will come along with a Pop T. Really looking forward to seeing what that looks like. But yeah, like I said, as far as these Blacklight figures are concerned, I really like all of them. I can see myself picking up, all the new ones that are on the way. And I still want to get that 4-pack of the ones that were released previously as well, which I shared in another Funko News video. You see here that the AE exclusive Joker with Pop T is on the way. Remember, with AE exclusives, that means this will be available with more than one retailer. When it's actually available to order, of course, I will let you all know. I still am not sure if I'm going to go for this one or not. I mean, what makes the Joker Pop different, he's actually holding on to the bullhorn. I think a lot of people would love to see him with the giant pistol from the movie, but I don't know. It seems like Funko's been shying away from guns some, so I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I think the Pop T there is pretty cool, so this is something, I don't know, I'm going to debate on it a little bit, but in the long run, I might end up going for it. You all let me know definitely what you think about that figure there. And then another reminder that there are some Marvel Funkoverse games on the way. When those actually start hitting stores, of course, I will update you all. And of course, we do have to talk about how things went with FunCon this week. And yes, I'm aware there were a lot of issues. I've already been seeing it in the comments. I know a lot of people were frustrated with some of the things that happened. So let me just run through some of the things that went on this week, including some of the things that didn't run so smoothly. So there were only a few exclusives per day that were actually released at Funko Hollywood, and I think it was 4 exclusives per day basically. So yeah, I know there were some people that actually went to Funko Hollywood and were pretty disappointed. One thing that was good though, was people were able to get the Jackbox and tracksuit, which it turns out is limited to just 2,000 pieces. And from what I saw with people, posting on social media and YouTube, the Blacklight White Rabbit seemed like it was pretty well stocked there as well. So people were able to get some of the things they wanted. They just weren't able to get everything that they wanted possibly there. Now, there were also some delays that were last minute, and I gotta be real. I feel like Funko could have done a better job about giving some information to people up front instead of waiting to the last minute. Now, me personally, especially if I traveled from out of state to go to that Funko Hollywood event, I would have been pretty upset, that there was so much that was not available. But for the lottery winners, I do want to point out that, there were some things that were not available, and they are going to be available again. They're basically going to do another, this will be just for the lottery winners. They'll get another chance to shop on Funko.com to get some of the figures that were delayed and some of the figures that just, basically weren't ready yet for the site. It's kind of interesting that there are some figures that are available elsewhere, but they were not available for the lottery winners. So I don't really know what that's all about. Do keep in mind though, if you are a lottery winner and you miss something, make sure you do shop again, because you might be able to get them with the con stickers, which does affect the value in the long run. Let me just run through this list quickly. I know it's on the screen, but let me run through it quickly. The figures that will be available next month. This does include Gang Orca. And remember, like I said, I know it's been available on Hot Topics website, but this is specifically for lottery winners and with that con sticker. The Kaboom Soda, Fat Gum, the Small World of Mexico figure, Shockwave, Whiplash, and then with Tokidoki, Carmelo, and Scooter as well. So like I said, lottery winners will get another shot at those pops next month. Be on the lookout for emails related to that. And then with Target, they only released the Deathstroke figure, the DC Imperial Palace Deathstroke. That's all that they have released for right now, and it seems like the other figures should be available as of September 4th. Now, me personally, I'm waiting on the Kaboom Soda, and I'm waiting on Falcon. Once I have those figures, then I feel like I'm pretty good to go, with FunCon. And by the way, I know some people are curious about what I got for FunCon. I will share it in a video eventually. I'm going to wait till I have everything together, and then I will share it in a video here in the near future. Something else that happened is when FunCon figures went live for the general public, I saw this, and I know a lot of other people saw this as well. A password popped up. It asked for a password. I think this was a holdover, though, from the Box of Fun. And yeah, it was just something that wasn't planned. It was definitely unintentional. And Funko did work it out rather quickly. Like, it went away after like a minute or so. But this did cause some people to miss out on some figures, unfortunately. Some people didn't realize that they needed to refresh. Some people were trying to figure out, what a password might be and things like that. So yeah, it definitely threw some people off with what they were trying to get on Funko's, Funko.com. And then Walgreens, for whatever reason, decided to release Blade like hours early, and some people were able to grab that initially, and then it seemed like it was sold out. But remember what I said earlier, sold out doesn't always actually mean sold out. So he did get restocked a couple of times. So I feel like if you wanted Blade, you did get a couple of shots at him. And I do want to go ahead and address with Blade as well. It does seem like he may actually release in store, because the tag for Blade has been showing up in some Walgreens stores. So if he actually starts to hit store shelves in Walgreens, I will let you all know about that. Now, for people that went to Funko Hollywood, if they spent, I believe, over $100, then they were able to get one of the Freddy Funko Pop pins that you see here. And of course, all of these are focused on, a different sport. I think this kind of clues us into some of the Freddy Funkos that will possibly be in the box of fun, which I will talk about that more at the end of this video. I think these pins are pretty cool. I'm not going to pay the prices, though, that some people are trying to get for them on the second market. I think those prices are too hefty, but who knows, if those prices come down some to where they're reasonable, maybe I will try to get at least the basketball one. Well, actually, I really like all of these, to be honest. I think they all look pretty cool. So yeah, I would go for any of these, like I said, if the prices were reasonable. Now, with the actual Fun Days event, they did have the team mascots competing. I think what they decided to do here, now, this is just my theory. It seems like they kind of had them win in the opposite order of popularity, because it seems like the Pop Ranger has been like the least popular figure, and he actually won the event overall. Then it was Proto Punks, Funko Force, and Funko, I'm not happy with you for making my boy Funko Force kind of look weak throughout the games. But yeah, he landed in third place. And then Fanatic Fury, which was definitely the most popular team pop, that was the first one to sell out, did not even hit the podium, basically. So like I said, that doesn't seem coincidental. It seems like they almost went in reverse order of the popularity of the figures. But the event was all in fun, not something to be taken seriously, though. Funko is opening up a studio in San Diego, and with this studio, of course, that's going to allow them to produce, even more content. It seems like they're continuing to try to step things up in terms of production value and everything. I know there's a lot of things they want to do, so yeah, this studio is going to allow them to do even more. Something else very interesting here, Brian Mariotti is actually changing positions in the company as of January. Now, a lot of you know that he's been the CEO for years. I'm not even sure how long now. I think the majority of the time, that the company has been popular, at least he's been the CEO. So this is going to be a very interesting change. He's going to become the Chief Creative Officer within the company, and he'll continue as a director as well. But there's going to be somebody else that's taking up that position of Chief Executive Officer, Andrew Perlmutter, I think is how you say that name there. So yeah, this is happening as of the beginning of next year, and we'll see how this affects the company. Right now, there's really no telling, what things might change, but it could be business as usual, but I think some things may change. I know recently Funko has been doing some things that are a little bit more aggressive financially, like with the NFTs, and then also even with their mobile game Funko Pop Blitz. Like I said, they've been a little bit more aggressive with trying to make money recently, so we'll see what happens in the upcoming year. You could definitely share your theories in the comments. And then I did want to point out as well that during the FunCon event, they did have charity auctions on eBay, which I think is pretty cool. They do this, I think, with every Fun Days event, or at least in the past couple of years. I think it is cool that they do that, like I said, to help out charities. Now, of course, with the Fun Days event, they did have some reveals, and one of the first reveals they had was Jingle All The Way. I'll be honest, I actually have not seen this full movie. I think I've just seen clips of it. I definitely do want to check it out. I know some people are already screaming, you need to watch it. Trust me, I'm going to try to check it out. I actually have not seen it on streaming. If anybody knows where it is on streaming, definitely let me know. I may have to just rent it on YouTube or Amazon Prime, something like that. But yeah, regardless though, even though I have not seen the full movie, I think these figures are pretty awesome looking. You see here that there's the different variants of Turbo Man. And of course, they got the villain from the movie as well. I think it's so cool. Like this Sinbad, Sinbad actually really does look like Sinbad. So I think that is pretty cool there. Of course, they're going to have a Jingle All The Way game as well. And then the actual Turbo Man action figure that you see here, which is a Walmart exclusive, is already showing up in Walmart stores. So do be on the lookout for that figure. And by the way, of course, they did not put any dates with these upcoming releases. Of course, I'll just try to keep you all updated as they become available. They also revealed some new Rocky figures on the way here. You see 3 different variants of Rocky. I love the one of him in his sweats with the chicken in his hand. I think that is pretty cool there. And of course, we're getting a new version of Apollo Creed as well. As far as some of the other fighters are concerned, again, it comes down to a licensing thing. So I don't know if Funko has the rights to make the other characters right now. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with that. Of course, from Loki, we have He Who Remains. And by the way, let me go and say this right now, because I know how some people can be. I know some people are probably screaming spoiler, but if you have not watched the series, I don't think you know who this is and what he's all about. So I don't consider that to be a spoiler. I don't blame Funko for putting it out there. Plus, the series has ended weeks ago now. I feel like if you wanted to watch it, you could have watched it, by now. So yeah, I'm just putting that out there because I know, like I said, a lot of people love to scream out spoilers. But like I said, a lot of times with these figures, even though you're seeing the character, that doesn't mean you actually know what's going on within the plot. Also, we have here, of course, some more Boruto figures on the way as well. I'm not familiar with the series, so I really can't say much about these, other than I do think there are some interesting designs here. If you're a fan of that series, definitely let me know what you think about the look of these figures. Moving on here, there's a lot more Wonder Woman on the way. Of course, continuing to celebrate her 80th anniversary. Now, some of these had actually been rumored, including her on Pegasus, so we knew that some of these were on the way. I honestly don't know how Funko keeps doing it, because even though there's a lot of Wonder Woman figures at this point, I think a lot of them actually do stand apart. Now, for me personally, when you look at these figures here, I don't think there's any two that look almost exactly alike. They're pretty different from each other. So like I said, I think it's pretty cool that they continue to find ways to represent this character. I wish they could do the same with Superman. I mean, there's more looks for Superman out there, so hopefully Funko will do more with Superman in the future. And then some other reveals that happened with the Fun Days event. You see that with Retro Toys, we're going to actually have some Retro Toys games on the way. As far as those go, I think Light Bright is pretty cute. I'm not so interested in the other ones, but I mean, they're cool. The Ouija one, definitely not coming in my house. I'm not necessarily superstitious, but the Ouija board thing, I've just never been into that. But I think some people will go for that. I actually think it would be cool to sit that next to like the Annabelle figure, but yeah, that's up to you, whether or not you want to go for those. Then of course you see here the cereal boxes as well, so those are basically those foodies type pops there. Not really into those myself, but the soda figures here I think are pretty awesome. Of course we have here Aquaman, Godzilla, we got a Killer Clown as well, Popeye, and Underdog, and of course they all have Chase variants, and I think the Chase variants are pretty cool. Godzilla I could see picking up. I actually like Aquaman as well, and the Killer Clown is a definite. I saw a lot of people pretty hyped about the Popeye soda figure as well. So yeah, definitely let me know with the Fun Days reveals what you're interested in. And by the way, I know they did not reveal a ton with Fun Days, but actually they normally don't. There's usually not a ton of reveals with Fun Days. So I was, even though it's a limited amount that they showed, I think it was pretty impressive. Okay, then there's some other upcoming releases that we don't have the final, we don't have an image of the final figure just yet. but it seems like Deathstroke with Mohawk could be on the way. The actor that has played him, Joe Manganiello, and I know I'm butchering that name, please forgive me. I think it's Manganiello, that might be closer, Manganiello, but forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. But regardless, the actor has basically hinted at Deathstroke with Mohawk being on the way. I would definitely pick that figure up. I really like the look of him with you know, the Mohawk and everything, and really hope that this actor gets to play the character properly someday. That would be nice as well. As far as Halo Infinite is concerned, of course, there's going to be some figures on the way, and that wave may include a 6-inch figure, a chase, and a specialty series item as well. So we'll just have to wait and see what they reveal with Halo Infinite. I have checked out some of the like the gameplay, the multiplayer gameplay that they've been showing off, and it's looking pretty good. It's really looking like classic Halo, so I think that is pretty awesome. It seems like there is a new Sasuke figure on the way, because there was a proto that was spotted during the Fun Days event. I think this might have been spotted at Funko Hollywood. And then with Spirit Halloween, they're going to have the exclusive Halloween Pop Town. I don't know exactly when that's going to become available. Of course, you know, I will keep you all updated on that. Now, I'm giving out a spoiler alert here because I'm going to show the box of fun Freddy Funkos that we've seen thus far. I know some people are trying to avoid any spoilers because they just want to go in, you know, and receive their box and be surprised by what's in the box. Basically, I think you're going to be surprised regardless, because I mean, there's really no telling what you're going to get with this. But if you don't want to see these figures, please make sure you go ahead and tune out of the video right now. Again, I'm going to share some of the Freddy Funkos that will be in the box of fun. If you don't want to see those, please make sure you tune out. And by the way, of course, I'm talking about the second part of the box of fun that I guess we'll be shipping out very soon here. All right, you all, so I've shared some of these images previously, and I know, you know, some of these are kind of tough to see, but, you know, like I said, it gives us an idea of what could be available. So there's going to be a couple of, you know, of him as an athlete, including as a baseball player. There's a tennis Freddy Funko, soccer Freddy Funko, and so on. You know, there's going to be a couple of athletes, even a judo Freddy Funko, which I think is pretty cool. It seems like there is going to be at least one chrome of him in a suit. I wouldn't be surprised if there's more than that, but yeah, at least one of him as a chrome in a suit. That's something that they tend to do, you know, with different colors. You also see here that him as the Wolfman, I've shared that previously. I've also shared him as El Chavo previously. There's going to be one of him as Freddie Mercury. I think the one of him as Teen Wolf, I would really like to have. I'm a big fan of Teen Wolf. I absolutely love that movie. Whenever it used to come on TV, I would just have to stop and watch it, no matter how many times I'd already seen it. I really love that movie. And then it seems like there's also going to be one of him as HR Pufnstuf as well. So it seems like it's going to be pretty good variety of Freddy Funkos that will be available here very soon when these boxes of fun ship out. So you all, that is going to do it for this edition of Funko News. As always, I hope that you got something out of this video. Definitely let me know what you think about the reveals and what figures you're interested in adding into your collection. And let me know what you've picked up recently as well. If you haven't done so already, please drop a like on the video. That's a very easy way to support the channel. Share the video if you think it's going to help out other collectors. And of course, that will help us to reach our goal as well of trying to get past 20,000 views within a week, which is a reasonable goal because that's actually what a lot of the Funko News videos end up doing. So yeah, like I said, share the video. That will help to increase its reach basically. But yeah, thank you all so much for taking the time to check this video out. I look forward to reading your comments, and I'll talk to you all again real soon.